Welcome on Watches TV, and today we are with Samuel Hoffmann, the brand manager of Hautlence, a brand that we've loved for a very long time, but actually now we're talking kind of a relaunch. So tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah, so the brand has been around for about 18 years. It's been somewhat dormant in the past couple of years, and now we've tried to awaken it again, and that's what we're launching or celebrating now during Geneva Watch Days.
But sticking kind of true to the essence of what Hautlence used to be from the start, right?
Yes, so for us it was very important to keep this DNA alive, to really figure out what it means to have an Hautlence, or what an Hautlence needs to be an Hautlence, and that's what we worked on to get to these two products.
So can you define us what it is, an Hautlence?
So I think there are three key elements. We have the iconic TV shape. That was very important for us. I know there were certain models in the past that kind of strayed away, but for us, this was a key element. This is also what put the brand brought it about and brought it to the front page. The second element that we play with a lot is space. So we have rather large cases for the time being. We have a 43 millimeter by 50.8. So we have a lot of real estate, if you will, but I don't only mean in width and length, but also in height.
Okay.
And so in the new models, we play a lot with the height as well, which we don't see too much in the watch industry. And we even have the linear, which we'll see in a moment, where we have 4 layers of dials. So we really play with space. And finally, movement. So if we remember the sphere, with obviously the sphere that turned.
Yeah, that was cool.
We had the HL2 with the chain that moved.
Also cool.
Yeah, and then all of this movement is really, living this experience and seeing how the time changes is very important. So I think these 3 elements are what make up an Hautlence, and that's what we focused on for these pieces.
Okay, great. So, let's go more specific then on these 2 timepieces.
Sounds like a plan. So the first one we launched last week on Thursday was the linear. So this is really the turning of the page and getting to the next chapter. And this is the first time we see this new sport case, which for the first time is in steel and water resistant to 10 atmospheres, and just a much more sporty complexion altogether. We have a rubber strap, which is not only rubber, but also integrated to the case. And as mentioned, just much sportier and much more brought to the 21st century. And then in this linear, we also have not only this brand new case, we have a brand new movement, we have a brand new way of telling time, which, as the name states already, is the linear. So we have a linear hours display on the left side, which jumps every hour instantaneously, and we have a retrograde feature there as well, which we've all come to love in the Hautlence movements.
Okay.
And it's all based, the base caliber is a tourbillon, an automatic tourbillon with 3 days power reserve and a double hairspring.
Okay. And will this piece be limited?
Yeah, so this one's limited to 28. And as mentioned before, it's in steel and includes this beautiful rubber strap, which goes in line with the whole sporty complexion altogether and the whole sporty positioning. And the price is 59,000 Swiss francs.
Okay. All right, so maybe now let's talk about the second piece.
The second one. So this was the first one, which was fantastic to launch, the first little baby of this new chapter. And the second one we have is the Vagabond, which we've had before, the Vagabond, but we've also decided to bring it to the next level. And what we've done here is we've put it into the sport case as well. So again, we have the steel case, water resistant to 10 atmospheres with the integrated rubber strap. But what else we've done is we've revisited the movement altogether. So we have a much sportier movement, finishing and tweaks to the movement just to bring it even further. And along with that, we've also changed slightly the way we read the time. So previously it was always the hours were represented on the outside of the dial. Now we've brought it to the center. So it's a bit more
condensed.
It's condensed. It's I would say a bit more, it's a bit easier on the eyes, and we don't need to go searching for anything. And so that was the main thing. We brought it to the center. We've played a lot with superluminova and global lights. So we really have this beautiful blue light that comes about at night. And yeah, it's a refreshed version of the pieces that we've had in the past.
So talking about refreshing, so how's been the response so far with this relaunch?
So the response has been fantastic, much better than we could have ever wished for. Even from the beginning, before Geneva Watch Days, where we launched the linear, to the Vagabond, which we launched on the first day. I mean, the people are coming in really excited to see that the brand is still alive and that we're really moving forward. And it's of course fantastic to see that. And we've even had previous employees and so on who have come and said, we can see the DNA, we understand the brand. And that for us was very important, not to lose, as you mentioned at the very beginning, this DNA, because without that, it wouldn't have been an Hautlence anymore.
Okay. Well, people had a lot of sympathy, I think, from the start for Hautlence. So it's nice to hear that its life will continue. And so congratulations and best of luck to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks for having us. Bye.